going on, troops? Welcome back. Today we are going to do part 2 in the Scott Travis Painkiller double bass fills that dominate lesson. It's going to be a bit of a doozy. We're going to take a deep dive into a pretty cool rhythmic concept. If you haven't watched the previous lesson, definitely go back and do that. That's going to help give you a strong foundation for what we're going to do today. So let's do it. So what we're going to do today is take that 5/3 polyrhythm that Scott uses as a bass rhythm for his super cool double bass intro fill to the song Painkiller. But what we're going to do today is switch it up a little bit. Rather than just playing one note with the hands and 4 notes with the feet like Scott does, we're going to change it a bit. We're going to change that 5-note phrase, and we're going to coordinate it as 3 notes with the hands and 2 notes with the feet. And like I said, we're going to go kind of deep today. So of course I created a free PDF for you to download. Just hit the link down at the bottom. That's going to help you understand what the heck is happening here, because it is kind of a unique concept that we're going to be exploring today. But as long as you have the visual, I know you'll crush it and you'll be melting faces in no time. First thing we need to get comfortable with is playing that same Painkiller intro rhythm, but playing the 5-note groupings as right, left, right, kick, kick. That's going to establish the foundation for this fill that we're going to be exploring today. So let's check it out. This is 1A.
2, 3, 4.
Now, key thing to remember is making sure that those 2 bass drum notes are equally subdivided with the hands. That means all 5 notes should have the same amount of space between each note. If you make sure that you're playing it that way, you're going to play with more clarity, articulation, and just overall, you're going to sound much more confident. Now, let's just add a basic voicing to it. Let's just play snare, tom 1, tom 3. So we got right, left, right, and then kick, kick. That's going to be the basic orchestration that we're going to apply to all these fills today in this lesson. And also at the end of this too, let's change that triplet on the and of 4. Let's just play 2 16th notes. We got and Check out the PDF so you get a better understanding of what I'm talking about here, but I'll play it that way.
2, 3, 4.
Now, if you checked out the Steve Smith Separate Ways lesson, drum fill lesson, you'll recognize that we're using the same kind of nested tuplet technique here. That fill was using a 4/3 polyrhythm, meaning only playing 3 notes with the hands and 1 note with the foot. It's still taking the same space as 3 16th notes, so that's what gives it the 4/3 polyrhythmic type of feel to it. So just as a refresher, I'll play it right now. This is exercise 2A.
3, 4.
let's use that same orchestration, that snare, tom 1, tom 3, kick drum. That's actually the same orchestration that Steve Smith even plays for that fill. So it all works out. But let's check it out.
2, 3, 4. Two, three, four.
All right, now let's take that same separate ways fill, but rather than playing the 4 against 3 variation, let's apply our 5 against 3 variation. The exact same thing that we started this lesson with. 3 notes with the hand, 2 notes with the feet, but we're going to play it as the 4 against 3 separate ways fill, just as it's written on your PDF. Let's check it out.
3, 4.
Of course, you guessed it. Now we're going to orchestrate it. That's the whole point. That's the secret to developing your fill vocabulary. Is you have to explore the space. We'll start off with our main orchestration here, snare, tom 1, tom 3, but I always encourage you to explore the space. I'm going to say that again and again. Also, too, this fill ends on beat 4 as just a quarter note. That's how it's written on the PDF, but you can try a bunch of different variations if you just want to play straight 16th notes or maybe even a triplet at the end of it. I'll play around with some ideas, see what I can come up with, but just kind of explore the different rhythmic options that you can use to help fill up that last beat of the bar there. So let's check it out. Here we go.
2, 3, 4. Two, three, four.
Now our final variation is probably something you may already play. It's a very popular double bass fill that's based off of 6 notes. 4 notes with the hand, 2 notes with the feet, but played as 30-second notes. Pretty common, pretty popular, really effective though, and really fun to play. The cool thing about this though is that this 6-note pattern follows the exact same phrasing as the previous 2 fills. All of these phrasings take up the same amount of space. They take up 3 16th notes. Basically, it's a dotted 8th note. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. 1, a 2 and a 3 E and a 4. Once we get comfortable with that, then we have the freedom to play this as 4 against 3, a 5 against 3, or in this case, a really common 6 against 3, because that evenly subdivides within that note value. So the whole point of this lesson here should really just be called understanding the dotted 8th note and all the different ways that you can fill in that space. Once you get comfortable with this idea, like I said, Pandora's box just opens up with possibilities. You can play so many cool ideas, and you won't have that restricted feeling of like, well, I can only play in this note value. We break down all those barriers here, and that's the beautiful thing about rhythm and these types of rhythmic concepts, is that it just opens the floodgates. So let's play this last one as the 30-second note, 6-note phrase, and let's explore the space again. That's what I'm going to do, and I hope you do the same.
3, 4. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four.
Alrighty, how did you do? I'm sure you absolutely crushed it. So just make sure to always reference the PDF. That's really going to help you understand what and where to play these types of rhythmic concepts, and hopefully just give you a better understanding of how you can apply them to your own playing, because that's kind of the whole point of these lessons. I want to give you something new and exciting that can really amp up your playing and get you excited to go into the practice room and shed, and then hopefully apply in a musical performance situation in a really exciting way. And if you got some value from this lesson, please hit that like and subscribe button so we can continue this rhythmic journey of awesomeness together. And also leave me a comment. Let me know what other fills that you want to maybe take a deep dive on like we did here in this lesson. I always really want to know what you guys are doing or what you're working on, so it just better helps me help you, because that's my goal. I want to help you enjoy playing the drums more and more every single day. That is the goal. That is the mission. So until then, stay focused, practice with purpose. We'll see you soon.